Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Foundry RC, the best place to feed your need for everything RC. We got a real quick video for you today. Somebody asked me if I can do an actual video showing you how to change the tire on the Primal monster truck to a new wheel, or in my case, to the Vitavon aluminum wheels. So we're gonna just do a real quick video on that because it's very simple, and I'm just gonna do a real quick video and show you guys how it's done. All right, let's get into it. The first thing you want to do is you're going to remove all 10 screws from this side and 10 from here. In total, you'll have 20 screws you're going to remove from the wheel. 2.5 millimeter Allen key to do this. Pull the bead lock off. I left all the screws in so I don't lose them. Flip it over, do the same to the other side. Again, remove the bead lock. I'm actually gonna reach inside here with my fingers and give a tug on the wheel and actually pull it outside of the rubber and then work my way all the way around it. Okay, now that we got the rubber behind the wheel, we have a little bit more something to grip onto to start pulling it out. So it helps if you pull back on the tire while pulling it. So I actually picked it up and pulled it into my chest so I could pull a little bit better. And you see we're getting it right out. Now we're out. We're gonna remember that this was the face of the tire. This is the back of the tire. All right, now we're gonna prep our other wheel. Again, we're gonna remove all 10 from here, all 10 from here, in total 20 screws. 2.5 millimeter. All right, once you get them all loosened, just remove it, flip it over, do the same thing. All right, next step is you put the tire, make sure you have it in the proper orientation that you need it to be on the truck. For my truck, I need it for the passenger side front. So this is the direction I need it. Now you could either go from the front or the back. I tend to usually go from the back and put it in this way. And I do that because I like having a little bit more of a surface area for my hand to reach to push it in. The other side I have to reach further inside because this is a deep dish wheel. So the first thing that I do is I try to look to see where the screw holes are versus on the tire. And you try to get them as close as you can because once it's in, it's a little difficult to try turning it if you're not lined up. So I try to get it as close as I can, eyeball it. Let me put myself in front of it and get a better look. All right, so about like this to me looks good. And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the rubber up around the first half of the tire. Pull the rubber up around the edge of the wheel over here. All right, now that we got that all the way on, then we're gonna go around to the other side and we're gonna look and see how our foam is positioned in there. And we're gonna wanna make sure that the foam doesn't get tucked under. So you're gonna reach your hand like on this side here, you can see that the foam is on top of the rim. So I'm gonna reach in and grab the rim and pull it in between the foam. All right, so now if you look in here, you can see that the rim is completely inside the foam and it's not there, it's not gonna be pulled down. And again, you can also see, if you look in here, you can see, I don't know if it shows on camera, but you can see where the screws are gonna be and whether you're lining up or not. So as you're working this in, you can try to work it towards the screws, towards the little cutouts. And you kind of just do a back and forth, and you gotta tug and pull and push. So it's hard to put that on camera because I need to manipulate it and pull it into my chest to do all that. So I'll do the best I can. You can also put it down this way. Again, look at the holes where they are. I would turn it a little bit right now because I'm a little bit off. Still a little off. Because it's much easier to turn now than when it's all in. And then push down on it. And you see that just shot right in, nice and easy. Come over here, the foam didn't get pulled, and it looks like I am lining up for where the screws are going to be. So the screws right here and the cut's right there. So again, just make sure nothing's getting pinched. You can work your fingers around it, and I'm going to push from this side again. All right, now I'm going to pull the rubber out from behind it to up on top on this side. You just got to work your fingers in there. Once you get it, you work your way around. And that's pretty much it. Now I can see I'm a little off. It's not lining up, so I'm gonna try to twist it like I said. That actually worked out pretty good right there. So if you're sticking your fingers in these holes and trying to turn it, just be careful. It's a little sharp and it just cut me. All right, so you gotta be a little careful because this thing can cut you, and I just put a towel, man. I don't want to get blood all over it all, but pretty much we're done. We're just gonna push this down from this side here. Give it a nice shove, and now what we do is these little cuts over here, the little cutouts. So you want the rubber to go in it, and just push it in and seat it all around. Make sure that the screw is in the little slot provided, and then you put your bead lock on and you screw it down and you're done. All right, now that we have it all properly seated in its spot, we're going to go ahead and take our bead-lock and put it on. Now, just to appeal to my OCDs, they're branded with the Vitavon name on them on two sides. And if you want it to line up properly, it fits perfectly when you do it with the Primal RC on the tires. If you go to the MT, it's a little skewed. It's off that way or off this way. So just to make them all match and even, I like to put them with the Primal RC, and we put them on, and if you have it right, it just fits right in, locks in. You can feel it snapping in with the tire on each of them. Now we're just going to go ahead and replace the screws. Now, because this is metal into metal, you should use a Loctite. I use a blue Loctite like this one right here. This is a Loctite 222 MS. There's a bunch of different blue Loctite. Just get a good blue Loctite and put it on, and do the same thing to this side, and you're done. Let me go ahead and screw these in. Now I actually will not be putting Loctite because I just don't want to put Loctite on these, so I'm going to put them in with the drill. Not going to go all the way in. I'm going to hand tighten them up afterwards, and you want to make sure you're doing a star pattern. So you don't tighten them all the way. You know, I'm going to do it by hand. So you put one here, and the next one directly across from it. And over here. And now we're going to go back and tighten them up again. Crisscross, star pattern, do them all, and move on to the next side. Now, just a note, if you are getting the Vitavon aluminum wheels, I highly recommend you take out these screws in here and put Loctite on them and tighten them back up, because they don't have Loctite on them, and this you don't want to come loose. Now on the other side, I'm going to go and actually push this in. So now that this one's done, we're just going to give it a nice shove down, and that makes it nice and snug up against this side. And again, we're going to line up the Vitavon branding with the Primal RC branding. All right, again, crisscross pattern. I'm going to go here and here. And just like that, we're done.